Now, number one, let us first of all understand over under, the basics, okay? Now, over under, okay, basically this is a market that predicts whether the last digit of the next tick will be above or below a number that you choose. For example, if you choose over 5, you win if the last digit is 6, 7, 8, or 9. If you choose under 5, you win if the next digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. The probabilities change depending on the number you select, okay? For example, over 1 has a higher chance of winning than over 8. Likewise, under 8 has a higher chance of winning than under 2. The flexibility is one of the biggest advantages of over under. Number 2, let us understand even odd. Again, the basics, okay? Now let us look at even odd, all right? This market is much simpler. You're only predicting whether the next digit will be even or odd. That is true. Since there are only two outcomes, pattern can appear simpler. However, over-under gives experienced and even beginners and intermediates more information, okay? More information. Instead of only tracking whether digits are even or odd, you can analyze how specific ranges of digits appear. Okay, this allows for more detailed decision making. If you already use digit analysis tools, over-under usually gives you more flexibility. Okay, and as I've said, that is one of the biggest advantages of it. Now, let us go to the next question. Which one has better risk management? Because now this is some of the things that traders want to be addressed, all right? Here is something many beginners don't realize, all right? Risk management has very little to do with the market itself. It depends on you as a person, as a trader. Whether you trade over under or even odd, poor management will destroy your account, right? If you're increasing your stake after every loss, trading emotionally, or forcing trades, it doesn't matter which market you're using. Discipline beats strategy every single time, okay? Again, let's go to question 6. Which market is better for beginners, all right? If you're completely new to digit trading, yes, I know this can be a bit, I can recommend you start with even odd. Why? Because first of all, it is simple. You can focus on learning discipline, learning stake management, and understanding how the market behaves. Once you're comfortable now, you can move to over under, which will have more flexibility and more advanced decision making. Trying to master everything at once usually overwhelms beginners, okay? Yeah, you can start with even odd. Basically, in fact, yeah, when I started personally, I started with even odd. Like I was trying to understand it, how it works, and so on, and then move on to over under. All right, but to this question, yeah, I think you can start to on either sides. Okay, you can start with over under or even odd. The main thing is that whatever market you decide to start with, ensure you understand it properly. Okay, take time to learn it, understand it properly, and it will work. It doesn't matter. Yeah, even though I've said even odd, it does not mean that when you start with over under, you'll be doing a wrong thing. No. Even if you start with over under, ensure you learn it, understand it, practice it enough, yeah, so that at least you see you're good at it, and then you can proceed to your real account, okay? Yeah, which market do I prefer personally? Okay, in the past I've stated over under is good, I usually prefer over under and so on, but I don't believe in marrying only one market, okay? I trade with whichever market gives me the better opportunity. I tell you guys, every time I open the market, I always go towards the side or the specific market that is properly aligned, okay? If I open today the market and I see today even odd is really beautiful, I go to even odd. I go to raise and fall sometimes over under. You have to be flexible as a trader, okay? You should not stick to one market alone. It is dangerous, all right? Yeah, so some days I might go with over under, some days even odd, some days or rise and fall, fully depending on how the market is moving, okay? Yeah, professional traders, again, don't force trades. Do not force trades. Okay, you wait for a perfect setup. Remember the golden rule of over-under trading: wait for all the conditions to align before you trade. All right, yeah, and the market decides what they trade. All right, not emotions. Okay, that is a mindset every trader and every one of us should develop. Okay, so which market is better? If you want simplicity, go with even odd. If you want flexibility and more advanced analysis, go with over under. All right. Neither market guarantees profits. Success comes from good analysis, proper risk management, patience, and most importantly, discipline. All right. If you master those 4 things, you can become profitable in either market. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification so you never miss future trading lessons. Again, if you're interested with bots, online classes which you have just begun, documents, everything, please WhatsApp us. Our number is in the description. We'll be able to get back to you immediately when you contact us, okay? And also, let me know in the comments, which market do you trade more, over under and even or basically even odd, all right? Which one do you trade a lot and why, all right? And yeah, the response will be really helpful. And again, please ensure like, subscribe, and share this video to anyone who you know trades in Deriv. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.